At our live stream, we're here at the BD Local Stage right at the 7th annual Hilltop Street Fair. Thank you all for coming out today. Thank you for supporting this business district. I am a board member to the Hilltop Business District Association. Yes, my name is Tim Marlowe, owner of BD Local Media and Broadcasting Company. I hope you're coming down to the street fair. I hope you can hear us, support small businesses, support our vendors. And don't forget to say hello to our Daffodil Festival. Their princesses are here. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting us. Then right next to them, we got the Santa from the Tacoma Santa Parade. Both of these festivals and events are within the Tacoma area, so please enjoy talking with them, learning about their festival, and hopefully coming out to their parades as well. So thank you so much. Again, this is Tim Marlowe. Right behind me, I have Jean and Danny Marie Perkins. They're one of our podcasters here. They're a new podcast show that's been recording for a handful of months here, just releasing it though. So without further ado, I'm going to let them take the mics, right? Let's do it.
Thank you so much, Tim. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are so honored and privileged to be here on the BD Local Stage at the Hilltop Street Festival, the 7th annual Hilltop Street Festival of 2022. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Danielle Perkins. I am originally born and raised here in Tacoma, Washington. I am a mom of 2 beautiful boys. I am a business owner, and I am the host of the Mother-Daughter Duo podcast. Introduce yourself, beauty.
And I am Jean Marie Perkins. I'm the mother of this smart, intelligent young lady sitting next to me. I am a retired military veteran. Right now I work for the Department of Veterans Affairs and the homeless programs. Unfortunately, we do have homeless veterans. And I'm the co-host of this wonderful podcast.
Absolutely. And the Mother-Daughter Duo podcast, again, in the name, Mother and Daughter Duo, 2 single moms with 38 years of combined parenting experience. On our podcast, we talk about mental health issues, childhood trauma, generational curses, and the societal stigmas that single mothers face. I decided I wanted to start this podcast since I first became a mom in 2020. I wanted to start having mommy conversations, and I wanted to start doing some more self-reflection of myself as a new mom, understand what it was like for me growing up as a kid under a single mother household, and also I've been able to build a stronger relationship with my mom as a result. I guess, Mom, it's only befitting. Oh, excuse me. And you can also find the Mother-Daughter Duo podcast every Tuesday on YouTube currently. Again, produced by BD Local. You heard from Tim already. But since we are here doing a live broadcast of the show, I guess it's only befitting that we do our jingle that we started off with every Tuesday.
We have a jingle. How we go?
Mother-Daughter Duo podcast.
That's our little jingle. I laugh. We didn't talk about this, but I laugh when she says 38 years of
I only got
experience.
Two
she only got
those.
about 2, and I'm 36 years into this thing. So it's funny when she says combined with 38 years of experience, and I got more than she does.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
2 years in. Like I said, my baby was first born in 2020, and I just had another baby about a month and a half ago. So, yeah. So. One of the things that we do on each episode is we incorporate Mother May I. Mother May I, you may know, is a childhood game, but also I'm going to give it to my mom to explain how we apply it to the podcast.
So the Mother May I, we used to have that game growing up. She's not too much aware of it, but Mother May I is a game that we would have in regards to, that's our nephew yelling loudly. That's support. Hey, so Mother May I is when we have somebody, we take a question that out of one of our groups, and we kind of answer that question that a single mother or a single dad might have in regards to what they are experiencing right now as a single parent.
Absolutely. So the question that we have today is, in a world where mass shootings are becoming more prevalent, how do you prepare your children and comfort them to go to school every day?
I think we haven't gone back to school yet here in the Pacific Northwest yet or in Tacoma, but I bet that is a concern for every parent that has to send their children back to school. And then when I think of a single parent that has to send their children back to school, I know that is a very big concern. And I would hope that schools in their preparation for reopening have done their due diligence with trying to come up with procedures or policies that would make sure that the children are protected. I would hope that they would, them and their faculty would have a open door policy, or before school even starts, they would allow the parents to come in and ask questions as far as how what their plan is in trying to protect the children during the course of the day, because realistically, a single parent relies on a school for daycare. That's just the bottom line. And I know it's not ideal, but they want to make sure that while they are trying to earn an income to take care of their families, that their child is going to be okay while they're at school. So I'm hoping that the school boards have gotten together, that they will institute some policies and procedures that can be really, really beneficial to the safety of the children. And then I think as a parent, you would sit down, you would have conversation with your child to make your child feel safe and let your child know. I wouldn't want to say anything that would make that child have anxiety. But I think that's just a lot of things. That's one big thing that parents are facing right now as school get ready to begin.
Yeah, in addition to that, I would add, making sure you're seeking out mental health treatment if it's necessary. If your child is already experiencing a lot of angst about going to school because of the mass shootings that we're seeing on a not day-to-day, but on a frequent basis, as it is more prevalent, making sure you seek out mental health treatment for that child, making sure you're connecting them to whatever resources that would be most suitable for your child.
But you know what I was thinking, all in all, though, we want our children to remain children. You know what I mean? So we just want to make sure that they feel safe, that they have a lived experience of just being happy and not having to worry about all of the societal things that we got going on out here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With that said, let's jump into the conversation topic of today: unity through adversity. Unity through adversity. I was thinking a lot about the topic before we came on the stage. And a few things that came out to me when I think about unity through adversity are some very monumental moments in our history. I think about, Hurricane Katrina that impacted the state of Louisiana and surrounding areas. I thought about the George Floyd shooting. I thought about Roe versus Wade. He was killed at the hands of police brutality. And I thought about Roe versus Wade and how many of us in community are impacted by these very pivotal moments in our history. So back to the subject, unity through adversity. Mainstream media sometimes would have you to believe that there is so much divisiveness in our world today. But going back to community and unity and what that looks like, when all of those things transpired, all of those monumental moments in history transpired, I saw people coming together. I saw people lobbying. I saw people advocating for one another, protesting. So when I think about unity through adversity, I think it starts at the community level, at the grounds level, at the local level. And what would you have to say about unity through adversity and the subject, since you have been here a little longer than I have, and you've been able to see from era to era, from generation to generation?
Wait, you're making it sound like era to era, like I'm real old, so let's just say
You've seen a little bit more than I have,
all right.
Okay? So what would you have to say on the topic unity through adversity?
I think right now is a prime example of unity during adversity, because we all have different backgrounds, we come from different experiences, and we might not all agree, but here we are downtown at Tacoma Hilltop, and right now this is a prime example to me of what unity in adversity means. That we've come together on something very common, right? Community. And So this is lovely. And I think at the core of what goes on in an adverse situation, I think sometimes we see humanity at its best. That's my thing.
Absolutely.
And coming together on a humanity level. At the very basics, we are all human beings. And I think if we can agree on that and we come together on that humanity level, I think we could do great things. And at our worst, I've seen us be our best.
Absolutely.
And so when you mention the Katrina thing, I think about everybody coming together and helping one another in boats, saving one another. It had nothing to do with their pedigree, had nothing to do with how much money they had. It had nothing to do with the color of their skin. It was all based on a human effort to save someone else. If we could think about that, I think we'd do great things.
I agree, Mom. I want to ask you, in terms, because there are so many talking points right now in 2022, so many things happening in the world today, I want to ask you, what would your advice be in terms of carrying out a healthy conversation? So maybe you have a perspective and you want to get that perspective across to someone. You want to self-advocate for yourself because you believe one way and someone you're conversing with believes something totally different from you. How can we have healthy dialogue without having an ought with one another or without being stagnant as a community?
Again, I will always go back to that very basic principle of humanity. You know, we have to come together as a bond of peace. I believe that if we just kind of meet everybody where we are and just have a level of understanding, again, I go back to we all have different lived experiences. We come from different backgrounds that shape the way that we think. Now, you can get to a point where you can agree to disagree.
Right.
Because you have to understand that the way that you think comes from the way that you were probably influenced.
Right.
The way that you were raised, some of the thought that, you know, some of the things that were going on in your home. And that is a big influence to all of us and how we were raised. So we have to come together and kind of put yourself in that person's shoes when you think about those things, right? Okay, that's not my background, but maybe allow me to understand if I put myself in your shoes on where you might be coming from. And then respect that choice and respect one another. I think that is the biggest thing.
Are you hopeful of the future? You have two beautiful grandkids now, 1, 2, and 1 barely 2 months. Are you hopeful about their future, living in the world that we live in today, when we speak about unity through adversity?
If I'm a Christian, I'm a woman of God, so I would be lying if I told you that I wouldn't be. I'm not worried, I'm not fearful, but at the same, so I go back and forth because I look at my beautiful grandchildren and I just think about everything that's going on in the world. But then I've always been a woman of hope, a woman of faith. And so when I see what's in front of me, right, I might have one thought process, but then I go back to my faith and I go back to prayer and I go back to hope. And so I'm always going to go back to hope. I always believe the best of people.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think back to the question I had before, how can we have healthy dialogue? I think starting off with what you just said, believe in the best in people.
Right.
Having the best intentions of other people.
Yeah.
That gives each one of you like an equal playing field, a level ground.
Yes.
Not entering a conversation with preconceived notions, although we do. It's healthy if you could just put those to the side to the best of your ability in order to have healthy dialogue. Start off with a positive perspective rather than entering a conversation with a negative connotation of someone else. A clean slate, not judging a book by its cover.
Right, absolutely. Again, respect.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Respect first.
Yeah.
We're going to be closing out very soon. We appreciate everyone that started to come to the forefront. We love and appreciate your support. But my last question for you, let's bring it back to the city of Tacoma. When we talk about unity through adversity, how can we start at the grounds level, community level here in the city of Tacoma, the state of Washington?
Well, we're doing it right now. We come together on this basic level, right? This is for business owners, small business owners that I know were impacted by COVID. And so here we are again, and I think we haven't had it in 2 years because of COVID. I might be mistaken. But I'm just glad to see everybody out here supporting one another.
Absolutely. All the beautiful faces,
Yeah,
this lovely
absolutely.
weather,
And
not
so-
too hot.
Again, I just would say we just have to respect our differences and try to uplift one another. Man, how much successful could we be if we just did that?
Right.
If we just meet each other on a humanity level and then uplift one another, right? Because we all bleed the same. So I would hope that that would be for all of us, right?
May I just add that it's beautiful that we have these community events, but also making sure that you make it your everyday practice to support small business. When we
Yes.
start here at the local level and we support small business, we can thrive as a community. So
Absolutely.
making sure you're supporting your local businesses on a day-to-day basis,
Yes.
making sure that you're voting at the
Yes.
local level
Yes.
and supporting that way.
Yes.
Making sure if you see a person, you know, we have a stigma, it's the Seattle freeze. And I think what that means is you see someone, you meet someone, you tell them you're going to keep in touch with that person, but they never hear from you a day again after that. So if we could change that narrative about Seattle, I know we're here in Tacoma, but the Tacoma, Seattle surrounding areas, if we can change that narrative, if we see someone, say hello. Start to speak out more when you see people, not just kind of like looking at people with the side eye. But that's where it starts, is community.
How about greeting with a smile?
Greeting each other
Yeah.
with a smile, head
Yeah.
nod. That's what we, in the black community, we do the head nod. So
Yeah.
you do one of those. But we're closing now. Again, it's the Mother Daughter Duo podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Mother Daughter Duo Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/groups/Mother Daughter Duo Pod. And we're on YouTube, as I said, every Tuesday at 9 o'clock a.m. We don't expect you to wake up at 9 a.m., but it will be up there as far as 9 a.m. in the morning. And it'll be there for, it's in the universe now. So find us, subscribe, like, share this content. If you know a mother and a daughter duo that can really benefit from this content, we have my little brother, younger sibling in the household. So even young men that lived in a single parent household may benefit from this content. But our goal is to teach women, young mothers, young single mothers, that you must grow through what you go through.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so that is the purpose of our podcast. We are, again, a mother and daughter duo. For those of you that were not here at the beginning, we appreciate your support in advance, and be blessed. We're going to turn it over to Tim.
And he's running. And while he's running, I wanted to say that when she talks about what the podcast is about and wanting to encourage single mothers, one of the things I wanted to do was encourage women. And because I know that we go through depression a lot, so I started a TikTok where every morning I encourage young women to come on.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. I'm not ashamed. And I call it, Come On Girl, Get Up. I'm encouraging young women. I don't care what color. I want them to get up out of their depression, get up out of the bed,
I
get
think
up off
Nicki
of the
Minaj
couch.
follows you. Is that right?
Yeah, Nicki Minaj did like it. Hey. But yeah, I wanted to encourage, because depression is real. That's a lot of stuff that we do not talk about, and depression is real. And so I wanted to encourage women to get up out of their hurt, get up out of their pain, get up out of their anxiety. I wanted them to go to get mental health treatment if need be. So I'm always talking about that. So I want to encourage, and we can do that. So we can encourage one another. Come on, get up out of that pain, get up out of that hurt, that emotional hurt that you carry internally, so you can get out and do things. Okay?
Yes, absolutely. In the literal sense and the figurative sense, come on, girl, get up. All right.
Come on, girl, get up. All
Thank
right,
you so
Mother
much.
Daughter
Be
Duo
blessed.
Podcast. Bye, everybody. Be blessed.
Thank you, Tim.
All right. Thank you, Mother Daughter Duo Podcast, for coming out to the BD local stage here at the 7th annual Hilltop Street Fair. Here, I can help you guys. Here, I can help you guys so you can get down.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you guys for coming out. All right, so you just listened to Danny and Jean Marie Perkins here. They are a duo, the Mother-Daughter Duo podcast, and they record and edit and all that good stuff here at the BD Local studio. My name is Tim Marlowe, owner of the BD Local podcast studio and broadcasting company. I also sit as a district board